Alright, so I'm going to show you guys how to do this magic hoops. I've already added my backdrop, so hopefully everyone knows how to add a backdrop. In case if you don't, you can just come here, click this choose backdrop button, and I did go with the wall. I think I'll just type in wall. There we go. I chose that one right there. You just select it and it goes in. Pretty simple. So then I'm going to be on my cat. I'm going to make this cat move. So I'm going to click on events. When I click the green flag, we're going to go to control, forever, we get an if, sensing, we go key press. So if I press the right arrow, motion, we're going to change X by 10 and go to looks, next costume. That there, that'll make my cat go to the right, so I'm going to click the green flag. I click the right arrow, and then I'm just going to duplicate this by right clicking, duplicating it, make sure I put it underneath the if statement. We're going to go left arrow and -10 would make him move back. So let's click the green flag, right and left. So pretty simple. I know some people talked about flipping him. I'm gonna let you figure out. I'm gonna let you guys take a gander at that and see if you can figure out how to make him face the direction he's going. All right. So the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna add gravity to the cat. So I'm gonna click on variables. I'm gonna make a variable. It's really important that we mark my variable for this sprite only, because I'm going to be making another y velocity when I go with the when we program the basketball to come down, we're going to add y velocity to that. We don't want them using the same one, so that's why we do for this sprite only. So that means only this sprite has access to the y velocity and nothing else. So if I click on the backdrop, y velocity is not there, it's only on the cat. And we call that a it's a variable, but it's not a global variable. It's a private variable. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go, when I click the green flag, we're going to start off by making sure y velocity is set to 0. And all y velocity is going to do is make this cat fall down towards the ground. Okay, so to start off, we're going to set it at 0 because we don't want him falling down automatically. So then we're going to go to control, we're going to get a forever loop, and we're going to go to motion, and we're going to always change the y position. Click on variables by y velocity. So that means this is always constantly going to be changing my y velocity, my y position by y velocity, which is 0. So right now it's not moving. So we're going to come up with a couple if statements. So let's start with the first one. And so we're going to go if operators, my y position is greater than, so motion. This is a reporter block, so it's going to report the y position. So if my y position is greater than -130, let's scroll down, give me more room here. There we go. Come on down. There we go. So if my y position is greater than -130, -130, I actually want to change my y velocity by -2. Now if I did that and I lifted it up, my cat's going to keep falling, so I need to make it stop. So I'm going to go another if statement. This time I'm going to put if it's less than. So notice these two signs. This is greater than, this is less than. So let's go motion. If my y position is less than -130. We want to actually, well, let's just do this so you can see. So if I do this, I click the green flag, my cat's going to keep falling and he's not going to stop. I can If I try to lift him up, drag him up, he's just going to keep falling more. Okay. So what this block is going to do, this one right here is going to actually, if it's less than negative 130, we're actually going to set y velocity to 0. Then we're actually going to set y to, let's do that first, negative 130. So now when I lift this up, this just makes sure I stop at negative 130. Okay, really simple. Now I'm going to make this jump, and we're going to do this really simple too. So we're going to go to Events. When I press the space key, I'm going to check if I'm on the ground. That way I can't double jump and jump in the air. So I'm going to go if, let's get an equal sign. Let's go if y velocity equals negative 130. Then let's set y velocity to 25. So now when I press space, let's get the green flag, make sure this is going to work. It should be jumping up and down. Oh, sorry. This should be y velocity. That should be y position. So if my y position equals negative 130. So there we go. So if it's negative 130, it can jump. So you can see it jumps, then it stops. It's a real simple way to add gravity to a game. So something simple. If you want to kind of play around with it, like if I make this number 30, probably going to jump a little bit higher. See? If I set it to, let's go 10, you can probably guess I'm not going to jump very far at all. Okay? So kind of just playing around with these numbers, you can kind of get an idea of how this works. Alright, goodbye.